Hey, my name's Danielle, and today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of family farming versus factory farming. Some health issues we run into with factory farming would be the overuse of antibiotics. The routine use of antibiotics is used to promote growth and prevent disease in factory farms, whereas in family farms they're used to only treat sick animals. Due to crowded and unhealthy conditions, routine use of antibiotics in industrial facilities is believed to lead to antibiotic resistance in humans, making antibiotics less effective, leading to elderly, medically vulnerable, and children at risk. When you buy products from a factory farm, up to 90% of all antibiotics used in livestock production are not used to treat sick animals, but are used as growth promoters, which isn't healthy for us as humans that are taking this in daily. Another issue we run into with factory farming would be environmental issues. Industrial facilities contribute to numerous environmental issues such as damage to our air, water, and soil, whereas family farming, farmers recognize the importance of protecting the natural environment and act as stewards of the land. Another issue with factory farming would be our animal waste issues. Industrial livestock production concentrates large numbers of animals in one area. As a result of that, there's too much manure concentrated in one area for the land to handle, and it's stored in large holding pits or stockpiles near those animals. And due to high transportation costs, manure is often over-applied to fields close to the operation of where those animals are, which can later kill them or harm them. With factory farming, such large amounts of manure not only cause excessive odors, but they also release hazardous gases in the air and contaminate our water sources with pathogens. Whereas family farming, they only raise animals that the land is capable of holding, so they don't have that excess manure, which can harm not only everyone around it, but the animals as well. And family farmers use that manure as fertilizer for their crops, which reduce or eliminate the need for chemical fertilizer. With factory farming, water waste is a big issue as well. Industrial operations use huge amounts of water for liquefying manure, flushing barns, and drinking water for the animals, which is very unhealthy because that water that those animals drink, humans then come into contact with it eventually. They often contaminate water sources with excess nutrients, hormone, and antibiotic residue and harmful pathogens, which are helping to grow their animals faster so they could put off a bigger production rate, but also in the end it hurts the people that have to eat it, and it's very unhealthy. Livestock manure has up to 30 times more power to pollute surface water than human waste. So with family farming, the water waste issue isn't as big because family farms protect water sources and conserve water. Factory farming also often has issues with soil. The excess nitrogen in manure can evaporate as ammonia, and the excess nitrogen and phosphorus left behind can not only alter soil characteristics and productivity, but also run off into nearby streams and rivers and affect the human's water supply and to the animals. Undigested feed may contain trace amounts of heavy metals and salts that accumulate in manure storage units. The accumulated metals may sit in the bottom of a storage container for extended periods, and when a spill or leak occurs, these metals end up in the soil, which is not healthy for the plants or the animals that have to be out there in that field. Whereas with family farming and the soil issues, we don't have as many because we put animals in the field that the land can handle and apply animal manure at a rate that the land can also handle, which protect the areas that they're in. Factory farming and hormonal injections is something we hear about daily as well. There are 3 natural hormones and 3 synthetic hormones that are being approved for factory farms to inject in their animals. There may be some more in other factories, but these hormones are used to achieve leaner beef, increase in growth using less feed, and to reduce costs for producers because they're not having to buy as much feed and other things to treat the animals. The consumption of this hormone-treated beef may cause girls to reach puberty earlier, thus making them more susceptible to breast cancer and other cancers as well. whereas in family farming, there's no hormones administered to animals on farms. Genetic diversity is another big issue we run into, especially with factory farms. Industrial farming reduced genetic diversity in animals because they only raise a few selected breeds, whereas family farming help preserve genetic diversity by raising a wide range of animal breeds. And many of these breeds are chosen due to the geographic areas in which they are raised. Fuel issues in family farming is not as big because they use efficient application of manure and crop rotation to minimize the fuel consumption, whereas in factory farms, intense livestock production contributes to more than 80% of the agriculture's greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation issues is another thing that factory farms is known for because they put more chemicals into their animals so that they'll last longer because they're on the road for so many days trying to get to the next marketplace. These animals often go without food and water for hours while traveling. Whereas with family farming, farmers sell their product locally through farmers markets, local stores, or community-supported agriculture programs, and this prevents environmental damage and human health problems caused by transported-generated pollution. Whereas with the factory farming, they don't think about anything like that, and their livestock production is usually centralized and therefore requires extensive transportation. Overall, the benefits of buying from a family farm, local farmers market, or local stores, buying in your community is way more healthier than going out and buying from big factory farms that inject their animals with different chemicals so that they'll grow faster and stay better longer and things like that. It's a lot more healthier and more towards the organic route if you buy from family farms. And you don't get as many health issues with family farms as you would with factory farms.